Hello, everyone. It has been a while. I realized that the last video I posted was in early June when I was in Valencia, and now it is July 11th, and I'm back in Argentina. So there's like a lot to catch up on. I will try to hurry. I realized when I first started creating these videos, I had set the precedent that they were going to be like things I learned while being abroad and things I've discovered that might have been like entertaining for people and just to update my family and stuff. But now they've kind of become this like journal for me of like things that I do. So some of this stuff might be boring, but I'm recollecting all the cool shit that I've done because I feel really blessed that I can do it all. And I want to remember this when maybe I'm not so able-bodied or something. So anywho, sorry if some of this is boring. That's the point. The TLDR, which is what we use in tech world, it means too long, didn't read. The TLDR for Spain is that it was like incredible. Just to be in the same room as my coworkers and to be able to hang out with them and get to know them and experience brand new stuff together was incredible. And I think not a lot of companies do trips like this, and they really, really should, because it makes a huge impact on the team and on their dynamics, which they can then take back to when they go, on their normal day-to-day stuff, back to their normal day-to-day stuff. We're almost 40 people now, and we're completely remote, so I never see them unless it's on video chat. And you can't learn that much about someone when your only time together is work, and you're not like, oh, hey, let's have like cooler chat where you run into each other in the kitchen, in the office, or go grab coffee. Like, we can't do that. So we like create it digitally in a lot of ways, but I think that you just can't put a price on experiencing stuff together. So that was amazing. I hope that my company continues to sponsor these trips so that we can do them. Because they are super beneficial. Specifically on my team, we like turned everything on its head in terms of what we do, and I'm super excited for the like new stuff that's to come and the problems that we solved amongst our team. And it was just an amazing trip. Some of the stuff we did, so we actually went to this. A friend of mine who's on the team as well, a bunch of people were gone for one of the weekends and went to like Italy or Paris or whatever, but we wanted to stay and like experience the area of Spain we were in because we each had never been there before. And I was like trying to find all these things to do, and we ended up at this like surf school, but that also hosts concerts on the weekends and stuff, and they have like a brew, like it's called Casa Corona, and they serve Corona beer and they have food and such. And we went to just like hang out there, but there happened to be a band playing, which I forgot about. And it was like a California style band. And I was just cracking up because everyone in the audience like knew all the songs, and they were like songs sung in English, but these guys were from Spain and their whole thing was California. It was like Beach Boys meet Sublime kind of vibe. And it was just so funny because I guarantee we were the only two people in there from California, and we're just like, this is so funny. And we met the band, and they were super sweet. You guys should check them out. They're called Smile. So that was really fun. And then we met people there and drove with them to go out for drinks. And they were some like Spaniards that were from Valencia that asked us just a ton of questions about living in the US, and we were like curious about their lives too. So that was fun. And then I took a day trip on my own to the national park that I had mentioned in the last video. I did like a free tour and did like the tour of the lake. And I just learned a lot about Valencia and what that city used to be. There was a port there, so they would actually export like rice. That was their main crop. And then the rest of the people who lived not in the city proper, but in the outside areas, were fishermen. And so it was just really interesting to hear about the history and how now the thing that they rely on the most is tourism, as you can imagine. So just learned a lot about that, and then met some dope people from Germany and Holland. and hung out with them for like the rest of that day. And like I'm still keeping in touch with them, and they were super awesome. So hopefully I get to see them again in life. We also went to this like free concert at the Science Center. They have like an arts and sciences neighborhood in Valencia that has like really cool architecture from a famous architect that's done the majority of the buildings there. And the bridges and such. He has like a very specific style that you can kind of tell when you go, whether it was done by him or not, the piece of art or the bridge, if you will. And the concert that was happening at this at the Science Museum, was from Berkeley students, Berkeley on the East Coast, which is a music school. And they had like a satellite campus here. So again, more areas where we ran into people speaking English that we didn't really think would be. So that was cool. I got tan. I don't look tan now, but like that was actually really exciting for me because I was like just getting really tired of not having sunshine at all for a while before that. And we got to just do a lot of stuff as a team, even if it was just like going and grabbing lunch. We did one dinner where there were like 25 of us at dinner, including everyone's like kids and everyone, their spouses and such. So that was really fun. And then Anissa, my coworker from South Africa, planned like an entire team group activity. And I swear people just think that my company doesn't work because all the videos I post are just of us having fun, but I swear we work. We just did like a ton of team building activities, and it was super fun. We divided up into 4 groups. She brought like all the materials with her from South Africa, which was super fun. And she brought her son, who turned 2 when we were there, so we threw a birthday party for him, and she brought us all sorts of like goodies from South Africa, like specific things that they only sell there, since a lot of people on the team, I think maybe everyone on the team has never been there before. So she was like just super excited to meet us and be able to hang out. And what else? We did like a beer bike tour. A few of us did that, where you're basically just biking around the whole city and checking out different monuments and architecture. And drinking beer from the local brewery. So that was really fun and good. We went to the tallest tower there, which has like a ridiculous amount of stairs that you have to climb, but you get a view of the whole city center. And there's a bell on the top that happened to go off when we were there, and there's a woman standing under it, and I swear to God, I thought she was gonna like pass out from how loud it was, and I felt so bad for her because she had no idea that it was gonna go off. Like none of us looked at our watches and realized that it was like 5 p.m. Anyways, that was just cool to see the whole city because we went to I was there for a whole month, so we went to so many different neighborhoods and experienced so many things, but you don't realize like how huge that city is until you see it from the top level view, I guess. Let's see. We went to the aquarium there, which is one of the most famous aquariums in the world. It's huge. I wouldn't say it was better than Monterey Bay, but it's like pretty comparable. What else? We did karaoke on my last night there at a bar. That was exciting. I sang a very inappropriate song and couldn't say half the words in the song because they were very inappropriate. And so basically I just froze, and it was quite embarrassing. So that was fun. What else? Okay, we were there for a pretty incredible holiday. There's a holiday called Dia de San Juan. And essentially what happens is the streets of certain parts of the city close leading up to the holiday, and DJs just like come out, and people are like grilling on the streets, and you're just like dancing and hanging out, and some people were like playing games and doing raffles and stuff. And then on the day of San Juan, people basically have a shit ton of fires, like bonfires on the beach, and there's like DJ set up. There are thousands of people, like basically the entire city shows up, and then people from the neighboring cities show up as well. And it was like such a crazy like cultural experience because you have so many locals just like hanging out. And then at midnight, everyone jumps into the water, and you're supposed to like, this is through the grapevine, but you're supposed to like jump through 7 waves or something like that, and it's supposed to like represent you starting anew, I think was sort of the theme. It's hosted on summer solstice every year, so it was essentially like their transition from spring to summer. And so that was really fun. It was just like cool to experience. Let's see. Oh, something that happened there which was pretty funny. many people told me that I sounded Argentine, and I was like, this is hilarious because I don't feel like I do at all. And I feel like I'm not actually adapting very well to the little like nuances that make Argentine Spanish so different from Spain Spanish or Mexican Spanish or Salvadorian Spanish or, I mean, any other kind that I've been exposed to. So it was just funny for people to be like, you sound Argentine. Like they even knew like which place. And I was like, okay, maybe that means I'm becoming more local now. So that was just funny. So then when the month ended in June and everyone went home, I flew home for my sister's bridal shower and I was home for a week. And it was super weird to be back in the US again. Like I didn't know how strange that would feel. But it really did. Like even from the point of like being on the plane, I was on a plane from London back and it was like, oh, Americans, man, like they're tough. Just watching them interact with people and like how different I've noticed that other people in other countries interact. Like, I don't know. It was just funny. I was like, okay, I'm back in the motherland. Funny, like I went to the bathroom in the airport and I was like, oh, there's toilet seat covers. Cause like, you don't have that here. Certainly don't have it in Spain, and you're not supposed to put toilet paper in the toilets in these countries. And I found myself like out of habit starting to put my toilet paper in the trash can as opposed to the toilet. And then I was like, oh, well, I suppose you could put it in the toilet, which is still not good for sewage and plumbing. But anyway, it was also strange to be able to get anything you wanted at the snap of your fingers. Like, I don't know if it's just because I was going from the US to somewhere like Argentina or somewhere like Spain, but like especially in Argentina, but it's not that easy to get stuff here. Whereas back home, if you need something, you're like, oh cool, I'll just go to CVS. Oh cool, I'll just go to Walmart or Target or wherever. Or I'll just go to one grocery store to get my meat and my bread and my vegetables and my fruits. And they're all going to be of like relatively good quality. Like here, if you want a certain thing, like you have to go to that specific store to get a good quality piece of fish, a good quality piece of whatever, apples, of fruit, of vegetables. Like it's, I don't know, it's just so different. So I realized like, it saved a lot of time actually being back in the US and just being able to like order whatever I want on Amazon and it arrives to me the next day. Like, and I don't know if that's good or bad because it sort of makes you not work hard. Like you don't maybe appreciate it as much because it's so easily available. I don't know. That's sort of how I felt. Don't get me wrong. It was very convenient and I was very happy, but it's just something I noticed. I also got to drive my car again, which was actually really fun. That was really funny. There were clubs with hip hop music and I was listening to the radio and listening to like new songs coming out. So that was fun. Let's see. So I ate so much Mexican food back home. I think I ate it twice a day for 3 days and literally on the airport ride. I mean, after my mom picked me up from the airport, we went to eat Mexican food and see me. So that was so good and I miss it again already. Okay, so now I spent the 4th of July back home and then flew back to Argentina with my friend that works for United. So we got to fly first class again, which was incredible. It was a lot harder to sleep this time because it was like turbulent, but I was also just really excited to get back home here and feel back on my like own schedule. So I don't know. It was really nice to go back into the office and be like warmly greeted by all the people that, you know, sit at my table at the co-working space and the 2 girls that I became friends with who like work at reception. Like everyone was just so like bright and happy to see me and that's how they are with everyone. Like they're just really warm people and it sort of just made me feel like I'm not alone anymore. Like I have people that I can call if something happens and we're friends. Like, you know, they were excited that I was back and asked me how things were going and, you know, you're catching up. Even though I don't hang out with them all the time and I just see them at work mostly, like, I don't know, it still just felt really good, I guess, to be so welcomed, even down to like the people at the restaurants that I used to go to were like hugging me and saying hello. Let's see. I don't know if people know this, but it's winter here. So I went from like 85 degrees in Simi and then also in in Spain to now it's 50 and raining and really cold. But it feels good. I don't know. I love winter, so it doesn't bother me. I'm in a new apartment. That's what's behind me. It's really cute. I like it. It's very similar to the other one, but it has a bigger kitchen, which I'm stoked about because I've already been starting to like cook and try to get back on a normal routine. It feels good to be back by myself. It's funny how much like friends and family influence, at least for me, like everything that I do. I think because I just always want to be together. I always want to like do stuff with them, and I care a lot about my friends and family, and I really enjoy spending time with them. So if it means that I have to like run from one place to another to be able to like see everyone, I'll do it. But it comes at an expense. You're like exhausted, and you can't like. For me, it's hard to compartmentalize and like try to get my own stuff done. So it feels good to just kind of be alone again, and I can just do whatever I want. I've also noticed that like things are much more calm here, even down to like the dogs on the street are like more calm because their owners are calm, and they can just like ditch them outside of the grocery store when they're like going in to get their groceries, and their dogs just like hang out. Like I feel like in the US that just, you don't see that as often. Like there's constantly like dogs barking and like, I don't know, like people are just like hustling and people are driving super fast and they're like, get the out of my way. And like here is just calm. People are just chill, like for the most part. And you don't see anybody like rushing. I don't know. I do want to try like more world cuisine here. There's like an Indian place next to the new apartment that I'm going to go to this weekend. And I really want to try like Thai food and like experiment with different foods here and just see how it is. Clearly we know that Mexican food is another thing here, so that's not going to happen, unfortunately. I finally figured out, I'm drinking it right now actually, how to make mate that's not burnt. So that's very exciting. For those who don't know, it's like, let me see. I don't know if you can see that, but it's like, those are the mate leaves, and then you just, yeah. But it doesn't look like normal tea to me, so I always think it's funny to show people who have never seen it. I think that's pretty much it. I'm only here for a few weeks because I go back home in August for my sister's wedding. I cannot believe that. It's coming up so quick. I don't know if I mentioned about that her bridal shower was like really, really incredible. But anyway, I'm super stoked for the wedding and going home for the month to try to help with like anything that I can. So I'll get a little bit more of summer before I come back here for the winter. And that's it. Bye-bye.